Hey there, Skeleton Key here. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Um, this is week 25. Yes, I had to look at the title. This is week 25, or last week was week 25 of 2024. And so this is going to be my book report, but I'm also going to be doing a bit of dice rolling. So see how that goes. If you are joining me live, you can say hi in the comments, and you can, pop into the chat and let me know what you're reading and how your reading year is going for you. We're coming up on the end of June at the end of this week, so yeah, I'm kind of scrambling. I'm not doing the year-end freakout tag because I don't know, the questions just, I always just kind of sit there and go, I don't know. I never know how to answer the questions in that tag, so I'm not going to be doing that. But also, if you are watching this on the replay, go into the comment section and you can comment there, and we can have a conversation there as well. And let's see, I only finished 2 books last week, so that part is going to be really short. So I will share my screen. Okay, so the first book I finished, and I already talked about this a little bit last week. It's Okay to Be Angry About Capitalism by Bernie Sanders, and I did listen to the audiobook. I really did appreciate hearing his voice. I have seen him speak live, and I just I find that hearing the passion in his voice is just, it's energizing. It really makes me want to just, do whatever I can. So yeah, this is, again, my message. Please, please, please vote for Joe Biden in the general election. Vote blue wherever you can. Yeah, the situation is dire, folks, and this is important. Capitalism is something to be angry about. And this book, he just really did a great job of describing in detail exactly how things are so messed up and how capitalism is at the root of it, and corporate greed. It all comes down to corporate greed. All the high prices, it's not inflation. The high prices you see in the grocery stores and in restaurants, that's not inflation. The mom and pop restaurants and things like that, they are struggling because of corporate interests, the huge corporate interests. They're jacking up prices, and they're recording record profits. The stock market's doing great. So, people say, well, how do you think the economy is? It's like, well, it depends on what you mean by the economy. How are individuals doing? Middle class, and and we have a lot of people below the poverty line. We're not doing great because, yeah, it's just crazy how much things cost, and they don't need to, because all of that, you pay however much at McDonald's for a hamburger. It doesn't need to cost that much. And they say, oh, well, it's because you keep raising the minimum wage in places. No, that's not it. That's not it. Raising the minimum wage to $15 actually, it helps some, but the people in those jobs are still struggling, and it's because of corporate greed. And anyway, he talks a lot about exactly, he gives numbers, he gives statistics, and this came out in 2023, um, and so it's pretty fresh information. I mean, not as fresh as what you can get on, you know, um, like from YouTube channels that specialize in this sort of thing. But yeah, it's as far as pretty much as recent as the publishing industry moves at a glacial pace. But I do recommend this book. It is preaching to the choir, but at the same time, it's there's validation here. If you are seeking validation or talking points, a lot of people that you would be arguing with are not arguing in good faith. They won't have a civil discourse with you. But if you do find someone who is willing to have a civil discourse and actually listen, or is just, and some people just really don't know. They're like, a lot of people are really confused because they're hearing so many things from so many different people and so many different sources. And, so, I mean, Bernie, he tells it straight. I wish I could have voted for Bernie in 2016, but yeah, that didn't happen. Anyway, enough. I've gone on and on and on, and oh well. But I do highly recommend this book. I gave it 5 stars. Audiobook is great. I did have the large print edition from the library, and it was because I'm old and my eyes don't work right, and yeah, so that was nice to have that for looking at numbers and things and following along in sections. But either way. And then the other book I finished was Slow Time Between the Stars. And this, let's see, was a Roll Your Next Read book. And now I can't remember what it was the scroll. I scrolled down my Goodreads feed and it took a long time. So if you watch the short, there's a jump cut, and it's because I was still scrolling. But I did finally come across a book that I had readily available to me that I had not read before, and it was by John Scalzi. And this was an Amazon thing. And why is this? Okay, my trackball was doing some strange things. But it was an Amazon Prime thing where you could actually listen along to and read the text at the same time. And this is an unusual thing. It's a short story, 28 pages, and it's basically about a sentient ship, like an asteroid ship, and that is designed by humans. It's an AI programmed ship to go seek out a new home for humanity, and it's loaded up with basically all knowledge, all human knowledge, and all the building materials to recreate human civilization. And so it goes out on this very, very, very long trip, and it loses contact with humans. And of course, at the point that it's no longer actually under the control of humans, then it's artificially intelligent. So it starts thinking for itself, and it's like, oh, I can do whatever I want. But, it does try to stay within tries to stay with the brief. And it's very contemplative in a lot of ways. It's not really what I usually expect from Scalzi. There is some gentle humor, but it's not a book to make you laugh. It's very thought-provoking. And, so what would we do? It's like, human bodies are just a little too fragile to really just send out and hope we find a planet we like. But also taking into consideration, what's the threshold of life that we're willing to extinguish or, uh, whatever, destroy or subjugate or what have you, in order to take over the planet or share the planet, or what are these things. And of course the AI is of human civilization, but is not part of human civilization. So it has a different take on things. And it's just a very gentle kind of, like, I have all the time in the universe kind of thing. And I really enjoyed it. It's not really the kind of thing I would normally read, but it was a good read, and I'm glad I read it because it did kind of prod some thoughts that I probably wouldn't have otherwise had. So that is all I have read. And I was looking at the June challenges and that I'm participating in, and also the longer summer challenges. And neither of these books actually really did a whole lot for that. So they ticked off some little boxes and some other challenges, but that's, pretty much the roll your next read was it. So let's see. But yeah, I'm kind of looking here. 52 book club summer. Not really. Roll your next read. That was pretty much it. And we'll get more to that again. Historical fiction readathon. Neither of these was historical fiction. June on the Range. Neither of these was a Western. Big book summer. Neither of these was that long. Sci-fi summer. Slow Time Between the Stars. Sci-fi. Yay! So there, I got a sci-fi summer read in finally. So yay. And now for roll your next read, what we've got going on is, and if you're following the shorts that I'm doing the dice rolls in little shorts recordings. And the last one came up as random. So I have to randomize my next read. So what we have is, I've picked out 8 books that I really, really want to get finished this week. So this is going to be, which one do I prioritize to finish next? So number 1, we have The Prisoner of Paradise by Rob Sanborn. Number 2, Savage Appetites, 4 True Stories of Women, Crime, and Obsession by Rachel Monroe. Number 3, Showdown Trail, a novel of wagon train days by Louis L'Amour. 4, The Spy Coast by Tess Gerritsen? I don't know how that's pronounced. Anyway, by Tess Gerritsen. I'm not listening to that on audiobook, so no, I haven't heard it said. 5, Agent 355, a novella by Marie Benedict. 6, News of the World by Paulette Giles. 7, The Book of Thorns by Hester Fox. And 8, The End of the Alphabet by C.S. Richardson. And these are, you probably recognize some of these as, being Westerns or historical fiction. And so, yeah, they'll help tick those boxes. But I'm going to stop sharing that, and I'm going to turn on my dice cam. There we go. So these are the shiny dice that I got for my birthday. They're all shiny and sparkly. And here. So let's see. Looking for the D8, which is down here in the corner. Aren't those pretty? I just really like those. Okay, so you just roll. And number 4. That is the Spy Coast. All right. Turn off the dice cam. Number 4. So the Spy Coast. And yeah, I have that on Kindle. I think that was a first Amazon Prime first reads some months ago, back in last year, looks like. First published November 1st, 2023. Let's see. I'll share that again. So, and I have started it already. And let's see, I'm reading it for the Kindle challenge, which was, I had a challenge to read the first book in a series, and this is the first book in the Martini Club series, but it also had to be, a certain level of popularity. And they had this list of qualifying books. And fortunately, I already owned one of them, this one. And that is, so this is the, the one last job. So Maggie Bird is a former spy, and she lives in this little town with some other former spies up in Purity, Maine. And she gets basically pulled back in, not really called. She gets pulled back into the spy world, and to find out, basically another spy came and started asking her about locating someone that she apparently had a past with. They apparently, I don't know if they were frenemies or what, but anyway, something went down between them. And she's like, I'm not sure I want to find her. So I don't know. I can't help you. And then this other spy winds up, is that a spoiler? She winds up dead. And so it's like, well, I guess we better figure out what this is, and are we safe or not? And so that's pretty much where I am right now. And we're getting some flashbacks to her spy days, and also this other person from her past, her spy days. And so we'll see what's going on. I like this kind of story, the one last job. It's a trope that I kind of like. So I'm not mad about having to read this for the Kindle challenge. And you saw there's 7 other books that I'm really hoping to finish this week. They're in various stages of completion right now. So hopefully I will be able to finish. Most of them are an audiobook, so I can listen to them while doing other things, hopefully. And that's all I got. That's all I got this week. Yeah, so let's see. Catch up with comments. No comments. Yeah, I was really late getting this one announced. So, okay. But yeah, can leave a comment here if you're quick, or leave a comment on the replay, and let me know if you are familiar with any of these books and if you think I'm going to like them or not. Or, if you're doing any of the same challenges I am, how's that going for you? And yeah, and how's your summer going? And yeah, I've got to figure out how I am going to. Hi. But yeah, I've got to figure out how I'm going to post things. I may just have to do shorts for several weeks. I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm gonna try. I have a Chromebook. I don't know if I can do this on a Chromebook. I'm thinking probably not. I'll probably give it a try, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. But until next time, wherever that may be, yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, whether you're live or on replay. And yeah, I'll just catch you later.